Chapter 13 of the book of John describes the events in the upper room on the night of Passover. He focuses not on the Lord's Supper, but on Jesus' washing of the disciples' feet and on his extended teaching, for the succeeding hours are very important. It would be Jesus' final hours here on earth. Jesus needs to deliver the ultimate table talk. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." "Then, Lord," Simon Peter replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." Jesus answered, "Those who have had a bath need only to wash their feet. Their whole body is clean, and you are clean, though not every one of you." For he knew who was going to betray him, and that was why he said not everyone was clean. When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you." Jesus is the host of his last Passover meal. He taught his disciples 2 lessons by example. 1. The act of love and humility through washing their feet. This was an outrageous thing for Jesus to do. Jesus, as master and teacher, humbly bows before and serves his disciples. He assumes the role of a servant and does something even Jewish slaves weren't expected to do. Jesus' act of humble service becomes an example for us. We are not greater than our master. If he served, we too should serve. Although less emphasized to us, the other lesson that Jesus taught his disciples on the table was on spiritual hygiene. Jesus told Peter he was clean. Jesus' message was this: "If you've been washed by me, you are clean once and for all." He who has bathed needs only to wash his feet because he is completely clean. The bath represents the complete, unrepeatable cleansing of new birth. The washing of the feet pictures the repeated cleansing needed for intimacy with Christ after salvation. In fact, in our everyday lives, our feet gets dirty from walking. Every day, we face temptations and sin, and our feet strays away from the path of faithful living. The call to Peter and to us is to take up our cross daily and follow Jesus. Daily we place our feet on the path of faithful living.
With a towel and a basin near, in the upper room one quiet evening, to show a love so clear, Jesus knelt before his friends. He took the role of servant, though he was the Lord of all, teaching us to love each other, to answer every call. Oh, the humble King of heaven, washing feet with tender grace, a symbol of his love and mercy. In his steps we find our place. So we follow him in love and service and sacrifice. With Jesus by our side, we follow him through the washing of the feet.